No. They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, saved facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Yo, Lot. These niggas stuck, man. Yeah.
Wow.
I've been eating pot belly, greasy face, Glock heavy. Feed the safe, talking shit, do not tell me. I don't wanna see the hate, all that shit do not help me. I'm just trying to plead my case to the most high. Pray I see the gates. Eyes about the Cancun, but we just got the house instead. Covered all of their payment, and now she got the bobblehead. Looking at me like dinner, she said she about to gobble lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow it. Pack my bag with essentials, I can't forget the hollow tip. Niggas losing they mental, and Satan come demolish it. Niggas all on they mental, and get the whining like a bitch. just like iron, they rust. Niggas trying, they luck, keep it real. Everybody out here lying, save us, steady raising dead. They was out here lying, then dust. Niggas on my head, so the brotherhood is a must. Any hood, I be riding with my brothers that I trust. Know I'm good, cause they slime with their fingers on the clutch. Money piling like I'm trying to make it stack in the rush. One west to the death, and that ain't even enough, cause I'm coming back. I ain't never done with that, gonna hit and spread your lies. I'ma let you run with that, wanting me to spread the thighs. I ain't having fun with that, nigga, hell no. Then she wanna chop it up like a lumberjack. Got some exes popping up, trying to run it back. Want me come and hit the hole like a running back. If the Lord take a soul, ain't no coming back. On my soul couldn't fold like 100 racks. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, little nigga. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, little nigga.
The full Nicky on my waistline like a big nigga. No limit, I'm a tank, close game, hit different. We focus on who around, not concerned with who's missing. My boots digging, never been a house shoe. She don't like it, but she love me. I can tell when she want me. Tell, then I zip the body bag like a onesie. I'm dropping every day, limb, I feel clumsy. Through the pain, but we don't find shit funny. I know enough that I don't know shit. It's one thing I know this. Never bite the hand that feeds you, never lend a whole shit. We don't want half of the world, man, we coming for this whole shit. But in the world, I was known to pack bags like a road trip. I'm in the den with the lions, I be living this in real life. Ain't everything, but you gon' lose your soul, that's a real price. Getting led by a coward, I don't know what that feel like. Black on black, toes to my head, I can't kill Christ.
I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, little nigga. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, little nigga.
Okay. Homie, I've been...
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and our brother or sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong with that, man.
Imagine living your life as a whole Christian your whole life, and life's good because you're a Christian and Jesus is white and everything's going great, and there's a landslide and the earth opens up and you go downstairs and you walk through this place and you see a black Jesus, man. Why is Jesus Christ black with an afro in the catacombs, man? This predates the Renaissance period.
So when you read the book of Genesis, the trees in the garden with other nations, a leaf, what does a leaf do to a tree? Cover the tree. So Adam took the covering of another nation. What's the covering of another nation? Their culture. So when the Most High saw him, say, yo, Adam, where are you, man? Why you don't mean I can't find you? He means like, who is this nigga? Man? Like, where are you, man? I don't know you.
Okay. So the Ba al Banya Yasha'ala wa Amarath al Ham wa Aidya Yahweh. The Ba means speak. Al, when it's joined with something, so al Banya means what? Unto, right? Excellent. So al when it's joined with something means unto. Banya means children. Yasha'ala is Israel. So unto the children of Israel.
Like if it's one thing a hoe gonna do, a hoe gonna hold. But you ain't. She can't hold if there's nobody to hold with. And the thing she said at the end, where she said, I went back and I lied to him, and he still wouldn't do it. And then she threw up her hands and she said, well, he'll just be a brother. That's what he need.
That's
brothers.
right.
If we have more brothers, hoes like her wouldn't have no outlet.
There was a man in the land of Oz, his name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright.
There you go, the man called Job. I think Job is what, afflicted. And that man was perfect and upright, meaning what? You can be perfect, man. Job was a man like everybody else, man. Job wasn't no angel, he didn't come from the heavens, and that man was perfect, meaning what? You can be perfect in the Bible. Being perfect is in the Bible.
With me, had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain above 50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow.
Lucky I'm on mute. It's like the water. I know you're just about to tell me, y'all. The water. All right. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Barakatam to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Allah Tam Bashim Yahshua to all the sisters. We have the ISUPK. Slacky, go ahead.
Yahshua Allah Bashim Yahshua.
Yahweh Shema Allah Tam Bashim Yahshua. With ISUPK started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, in the commanding General Yohana, teaching so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans our true identity. You know what I'm saying? The true identity, your true history, your true language since 1969 until to the day Christ comes back. You know what I'm saying? This is the Lashawan Qadash. This is where I teach you how to read, write, and speak biblical Hebrew. I going all the way back to the roots. We ain't stopping at Yiddish and what the oppressor, you know what I'm saying, who took our culture, who took our customs, who took our language and turned it into some, you know, there's children on the channel, so I ain't gonna say the word, but an off-brand version of what our language is. We go right back to the original, you know what I'm saying, and we read it and operate as how it would originally have been, you know, spoken and written. All right, we go all the way back to the Paleo. We don't stop at the Assyrian. We don't say things like Shalom. You feel what I'm saying? All right, without further ado, shalom to everybody that is in the stream. We got Kayala, shalom, Yahweh Shema, Bashim Yahshai. We got Ayala, which we saluted earlier, shalom. We got let's see in the comments, Officer Barakia Allah in the cut. He says shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Barakatam, Wa Yahweh Shema Alatan Bashim Yahshai, Kahan Wa Kwatazayan, Kamash Ma'a, Barakia Allah, Ban Yamya, no sign Christ, all right. Shalom to you, all right? Yahweh Shabbat Katah. All right, no sign Christ. All right, then we got bada bing, bada boom. And we got Kwamaida, shalom sis, Yahweh Shema Allah Bashim Yahshai. The sister stated her registry, Kwamaida, Bath Yahweh, Bath Yahsha'Allah. That's perfect. All right, shalom Kayla in the comments, Lord of Christ. And we got the sister Marisa in the comments too, shalom sis, Yahweh Shema Allah Bashim Yahshai. All right, no sign Christ. Without further ado, we're going to get into tonight's class. So tonight's class is going to be a continuation of last week. So last week we were reading through Isaiah chapter 14, and we read through verse 1. All right, in this week's class, we're going to go through verses 2 and 3, and then break it down as we're going along. All right, so I'm going to get up the screen. We're going to go through it. Just give me 1 second. Share the screen. Matter of fact, I want to share my... I want to do it like we did last time where I had the split screen thing go. So let me do it that way. All right, let me split my screen over here. Put this over here. And I can close this. So I'm gonna just share full screen so y'all can see the Hebrew, and then on the right side we're gonna go through the meaning and break it down as we read it. All right, so let me share entire screen. Cool. All right, so y'all should be able to see the full screen. So you can see the blue letter Bible on the right hand side. Let me just look up Isaiah chapter 14. Let's do 1. And then let's read it here, okay? So in when we read through Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1, we read through the full thing and translated it. So we have Kaya, Yarakam, Yahweh, Af, Yaikwab, Wa, Bakar, Iwad, Ba Yasha'ala, Waha, Nayakam, Il Adamatham, Wa Nalawa, Hagar, Il Yaham, Wanasa Pakwa, Il Bayath Ya'ikwa. All right, so we read through that whole verse, which means for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will choose still Israel, all right, and set them in their land and join the strangers with them, and they will cleave unto the house of Jacob. All right, so that's what we broke down of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. So what we're going to do now is move over to Isaiah 14 and verse 2. So let me get this on the right-hand side, and we'll go through it. All right, so you can get me. Let me give the first phrase, right? This right here. Let me give this to Kyle. Is this large enough for you both to be able to read the Hebrew, or do I need to zoom it in further?
It's fine for me.
Mr. Ward, are you able to see the Hebrew right here?
Come.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Kyle, if you could go ahead and read that. Oh, let me just do this. If you could read that first phrase. Say again. Perfect. Yeah, Khan. That's perfect. So wa la kwak wa'am, right? Now this last part is it's like how we went over last week that am at the end is a way of saying them or there, right? But the wa is like saying it or he, right? Or when you're talking about something, it's like it or he in this case, right? So let's break down the phrase, right? We know that wa means and, right? Wa means and is basically a continuation of what you're saying. Okay. Then you have la quack, right? You have la quack, which is a verb. Does anybody know what la quack means? Or it can be shortened as well to just quack. All right. Let's see if anyone in the comments knows it either. All right. If not, I'll give it a few seconds and I'll give it y'all for time's sake. Okay. Boom. All right. The word quack or la quack means to take. All right. So to take. Right. So we have wa meaning and. We have la quack, which means to take. We have wa, which means it, and we have the am at the end, which means they. So that this whole phrase would be, and they will take it, right? And they will take it. Okay. So I'm trying to click. 1 second. Right. So and they. Well, really, okay. I suppose this phrase is also joined with the following word, which describes who is taking it, right? So what I'm going to do is we'll get that word, and then we'll put those two phrases together. So Ayala, could you read this second Hebrew? I don't like to call them Hebrew words because it could be like one thing in Hebrew, but it's a whole phrase in English. So could you read the next Hebrew phrase for me? Which is this one here. Ayala, you there?
Come. Is it I'm a ya?
I'm yam. Perfect. I'm yam. Okay. So I'm yam. Now, I'm is a word which means people, right? And then you have yam, which is the plural. So peoples, right? The different nations, right? In this, I believe it's the like the strangers, right? But hold on. And the people, the shall take. Yeah, so it's like, and they shall take the people, right? Meaning we as Israelites are taking the strangers as our possession, right? So it's in the English, it's translated as, and the people shall take them. Yeah, and hold on, capture like it, and they. Hold on. Let me also get the. Oh, that's right. Right, the people shall take them. Okay, and the people shall take them. Okay, so that's this phrase, which is hold on, let me get it. Move this over to the right. Okay, so again, with Hebrew verbs, where you have a verb and then the like the person doing the verb will come after. So in this case, the people, referring to the people, the children of Israel, right? So the people will take them, right? So wa, laquak, so and take, wa'am, which is them, the people. So and the people will take them, okay? Then we have the next phrase. All right, Kyla, if you could get us on this one. Waha baya'a wa'am. That's perfect, right? Waha baya'a wa'am. So of course we have wa and we have ha. You could tell me what those two words mean, or those two prepositions mean.
Lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Can you on wa after wa? What was the word and how would you spell it?
He's saying this part right here.
The first part.
The first one. Okay, the first part, how you would spell it is like this right here, right? Wa la quack wa'am. Okay, this is the like the spelling in the English letters. All right. Okay, so we just did waha. I don't like that it does that whole blocking the text above it, but you know, such is life. All right, waha baya'a. Okay, so we have waha, which you can tell me what those mean. So wa and ha as prepositions. And the, right? So and the. Then we have baya'a, right? Which comes from the word ba'a, which means to bring, right? To bring, right? So it's like and the bringing. Then we have the wa and the ma at the end, or the wa'am, which is them, right? So and bringing them, or and the bring of them, or and bring them, right? So people will take them and bring them, right? So that is how that would be translated, right? And bring them. Okay. Then we have Ayala. If you could, and let me know if I'm going too fast. Like I might be going too fast. All right. So we have. I'll slow it down. Also, shalom to. We got Hebrew Dave. Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Barakatah. We also got Sister. Trying to get that. Hold on. Scroll down. Also got Sister Tower Bath, Virginia. All right. Shalom. Sister Yahweh Shemala Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Both side Christ. Cool. So we have Wa la Kwakwam Wa'am Aimyam, and the people shall take them. And we have Waha Baya'a Wa'am, and bring them. Okay. And then the next phrase we have, Ayala, could you read us this phrase? So it's going to be the first part, and then the second part is like a separate part. You could read the full thing.
All.
Mm-hmm.
Makuwam.
Very, very good. Very good. All right. So al, the original word will be makwam, but what we're looking for here is because it's then saying them, it's going to be makwamam, right? So it's like you're saying that am twice. So makwam am. Okay. That's perfect though. So we have al, makwam mam. Okay. So let's break it down, right? So this al, which is joined with the following word, who can tell me what that means? So, you know what I'm saying? We're translating as we're going through. You can tell me what al means when it's joined with a word. Unto. All right. Al, when it's joined with something, means unto. All right. So right, this is unto. Then we have, sorry, maybe move. I wish I could just still see. Okay. Zoom out. All right. So then we have makwawam mam. All right. The word makwawam means a place, right? And then the am at the end meaning they or there. So it's there. So unto their place, right? So unto their place. Also, we're done to Tawabath Khan. Al, when it's joined with something, means unto, right? Also, the sister state her registry. Tawabath, Bath God, Bath Yashal, Most Sign Crisis. I just even remember that I skipped the whole alphabet and and registries. I won't go through the Hebrew alphabet. Are we both Tawab with the Hebrew alphabet, or would anybody here like me to go through the Hebrew alphabet, or anybody watching? You'll just let me know. Or you'll Tawab with the alphabet. Okay. So Ayala, you Tawab with the alphabet, or would you like me to run through the Hebrew alphabet?
I'm Tawab.
Tawab. Okay. What I will do though is registration. So Kyla, can I get you to state your registry for me, brother Kushla? Most High in Christ. So Kyla, Bath Yahawada, Bath Yashala. And Ayala, could you state your registry as well for me?
Ayala Bath Banyam Yam Bath Yashala.
Most High in Christ. So Ayala, Bath Banyamyan, Bath Yashala. All right. Also throughout it's Tower Bath, Shitawab in the alphabet too. Most High in Christ. We're good to go. All right. So Al Makwawamam means unto their place. Okay. I'll pass it over to now. I know these phrases is kind of long, but you just take it syllable by syllable, okay, or part by part. All right. Kyla, could you get us go through the next phrase from Brother Shea? Waha Thanakalwam. Perfect. Right? Or Waha Thanakalwaam. Right? Waha Thanakalwaam. Okay. So we got Waha, which is again kind of the and the, right? Then we have Tha Nakal. Right? Tha Nakal. So Tha is a preposition which means thou and or thee, right? So it's basically and thou. All right, then we have the word nakal. So let's get into the word nakal. All right, you can see on the right here, nakal is a word which means, let's just go into it. It's biblical usage. It means to get possession, to acquire, or to possess. Okay, right? So and thou will possess them, right? So that's what the tha. So tha is you, right? So this is talking about the children of Israel. And you will possess them. Okay. All right. So let me get back in the verse. Where am I? Yeah, 14 and 2. Hold on, close. All right, there we go. All right. So what? Waha Thanakawa'am means and you will possess them, right? And or to do it in Old English, and thou shalt possess them. All right, thou shalt possess them. And then the next part is who is possessing them. So really, I guess this phrase and this phrase we're about to go through would go together in the same way that this phrase and this verb goes with this noun right here, meaning people, right? So I guess because they're not lined up, I can't really do it in that way. So I'm just going to do it part by part. Okay. But Ayala, could you read for us this next phrase? So from right here and go through it.
Salaki, so which one?
So it's from this one right here. This word phrase.
Bayaf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yashrab.
So ya, and then the second syllable is shar. So the sha and the ra join together. So shar. And then what are the last two letters?
Yashar. Allah.
Yashar Allah. Okay, Yashar Allah, which is Israel. Okay, so Bayath, Yashar Allah. Does anyone know what the word Bayath means? House, right? Bayath means house. So Bayath Yasha'ala is the house of Israel, right? The house of Israel. So like how I said, the verb right here, with which is possess, and the noun being the house of Israel, they would go together. Who can tell me how we would read these two phrases? Right. So how would we read this as? We have, and thou shalt possess them, the house of Israel. How would we read that or translate that those phrases put together? Who wants to give it a shot? Or anyone in the comments as well. So I'll ask the question again. So like I said earlier, right? The verb right here, which is the doing word, which is to possess, and the noun, those go together, where the noun goes after a verb. So the person doing it, the person doing the verb we're talking about, goes after the verb itself, right? In the same way that we had earlier, and shall take them, and then Imyam, meaning the people. But the way it works with Hebrew is the noun goes after the verb. The person doing it goes after the doing action. So really you translate that phrase as, and the people shall take them, right? It's not and shall take them, the people, right? So how would we then, using that same logic, translate these two phrases put together? You can tell. The house of Israel shall possess them, right? That's how we would read, right? So the same way, like wa lequaquam ainyam, this would translate as and take them, or and will take them, people. But the person who's doing the taking is the people, right? You're not taking the people, right? Now you are taking people, but that's not in the phrase, right? It's like I know it's a little bit confusing. So bear with me, stand by, right? So like how and shall take them, the people, you would translate that as and the people shall take them. Right here, over here, the same way again. The noun goes after the verb. The person doing it goes after the doing word. So the doing word here is to possess. The person who's doing the possessing goes after. So the person who's doing the possessing is the house of Israel. So you'd read these together. Like that would be those phrases would be put together, and it translates as, and the house of Israel shall possess them. Okay? If that makes sense to everybody. Y'all let me know if you're confused. I think Tarabat was confused at the beginning, but she got it. All right, don't sweat. Don't sweat. Both sides Christ. You got it, you 12. Right? Don't sweat. You know what I'm saying? We don't learn Hebrew in a day. But that's just something you want to keep in mind, where when you have a verb, the person doing the action goes after. It's like if I was to say, and what's the name I can use? I'll use my own name. And Ra'awaban walked to the store. If I was to say that in English, I say Ra'awaban walked to the store. if I was to say in Hebrew, I'd say hawalak or halak, meaning walked, ra'alban, right? So halak or alban, walked ra'alban, and then la, the store, right? To the store. If that makes sense. So using that same thing, and shall possess them, the house of Israel, and the house of Israel shall possess them. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. All right, no sweat, we're good to go. All right, Ayala, could you give me the next phrase right here?
Okay. Isle.
Isle. All right, isle. Mosiah in Christ. The word isle, can anybody tell me what it means? Also, before we do that, shalom to Olivia Arnold. Shalom sis, Yahweh Tabash Shai. Also, we got Sincere Israel. All right, shalom, Lord in Christ. Mosiah in Christ. All right, so the word isle.
Does it mean like hold?
Hold? Not quite. It doesn't mean hold.
Isle. Is it the same in the salute?
It is the same in the salute. The same word. Mm-hmm. So in the salute for the sisters, you say Shema, Isle, Athar. Right? The word Shema means to watch or guard. Athar means you. So we have watch, blank, you. I see you talk about in the comments. You know what that middle word, that isle means? And it's one we've been over a few times in the vocabulary, so you might see it in your previous notes from last week.
Last week.
You have it?
Yeah, I think I do.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Is it Isla or just Isle?
Just isle. But it means damn near the same thing as Isla. So if you have Isla, I'll take that as well. If you have the meaning.
Is it Kaya?
It's not Kaya. Kaya is a different word which means for or because. But we're looking for the meaning of the Hebrew word isle. For time's sake, I'm gonna get Tawabath got it in the comments, right? So isle means over or upon. Like when you say Yahweh Shema Isle Athar by Hashem Yahweh Shai, you're saying Yahweh watch over. So that over is the isle, right? When you say isle, you're saying over. Then you say Athar, which means you, right? Everyone got that? Does that make sense?
Okay.
So the word isle means upon or over or in some cases against or with, right? But what we're talking about right here, I suppose the next phrase lets you know kind of the context is gonna be used on. So I'm gonna use the word upon, right? So I'll use upon, and what I'm probably gonna end up doing is joining the isle and the following. The isle and the following phrase. So Kyla, could you read the following phrase for us? Just this one phrase right here, this one word. Adamath, right? Adamath is a word which comes from the word Adamah, which comes from the word Adam, right? But does anyone know what Adam or Adamah means? Laura? Okay, the word Adam or Adamah means ground, right? Like the earth or land, right? Like Adam's name, his name means ground, right? Like the earth. Okay, so that's Adam or Adamah. Right? In this context, is Adamath, meaning this land belongs to somebody, right? This is the land of Israel, so you use Adamath, right? It's not just a
Yes,
regular
sir.
piece of land. Go ahead.
When you put down "I," you did "upon" instead.
You said when I put down Al, I did what?
You put down "upon" instead of "over."
Yeah, so it can mean over, it can mean upon, it can also mean against or with, right? So depending on the context, right? Also, in Talbas, the land, right? So Adamah is the land, right? So yeah, Isle can mean over, it can also be upon. Like if you was to use the same word upon in that salute, you're saying Yahweh watch upon you in the name of Yahweh Shai. Kind of means the same thing, right? You know, in Hebrew, words can have kind of multiple meanings or ways you would use them based on what we understand in the English. Right? Really, if we didn't know English, we would just know the Hebrew and we would understand it fully. But because we know English, we have to kind of now say what that word could mean in the English, if that makes sense. So I'll it can mean upon, it can mean over, on top, against, like you lean something against a wall, you lean something on a wall, right? That can mean all those things, right? So Isle Adamath would be upon the land or on the land, or it's defined, it's translated it here as in the land, right? So I'm gonna put really it can be in, but I'm gonna put yeah, I suppose in the land, right? In the land. So you're possessing these people on the land. On the land, say in the land, right? But we know that Isle more means that upon, you know what I'm saying, type of situation, right? So in the land is what I'm gonna put that as. Right. So Isle Adamath is in the land. Okay. Move this to the right. This phrase right here is in the land. Then Ayala, could you read us the next word? So this right here.
Can. Let me just finish writing this one down.
No sweat.
Okay. That.
So this one right here.
So. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wa.
Mm-hmm. Put it together.
Yahweh.
Yahweh, Most High Christ. Yahweh, which is the Lord's name. Okay, so Yahweh. So in this context, what we're talking about, it says Isle Adamath Yahweh, which would mean in the land of Yahweh, in the land of God, right? So we're gonna have of in brackets because there's no Hebrew word for of in here, but it's when you say like the house of something, there's no word for of, or the land of something. You just say the land and who it belongs to. Right. So this land belongs to Yahweh, right? So of the Lord, right? Or of the Most High, or of Yahweh, right? So you possess them in the land of the Lord. Okay. Kaila, could you give us this next phrase right here?
La Iberia.
La Ibadium, right? La Ibadium. Okay, so we have la as a preposition, which means what?
Two.
To or All right, two or.
I'm not sure.
Ayala, do you know what la can mean as a preposition? So it can mean two, and it can also mean something else.
Wait a second.
No problem.
The preposition.
Mm-hmm. I see Tarabath in the comments as well. All right. So la can mean two or
Preposition.
mm-hmm.
La.
La. Okay. Go ahead.
Is it 4?
4, right? Right. All right. So la can mean two or four. All right. Well done. I see also Tarabath in the comments. All right. Well done. So 4, right? In this context, it's going to be 4, right? So 4. And then we have the word ibad, right? Or ibadium. Now, ibad is a word which means, well, does anyone know what the word ibad means? It can have a couple of meanings as a verb or a noun. In this case, it's going to be the noun.
Ibad.
Mm-hmm. You know it, or if anyone else has it, you can raise your hand. Go ahead, Kyla.
Is it what?
Ibad can mean work, right? So as a verb, it means work, right? In this context, we're using it as a noun. So think of who is a person that works. Well, I'll give an example. We would use the word ibad for talking about our slavery. So if we're using it as a noun, what would the word ibad mean? Servant, right? Right? Ibad would be servant, somebody who works for you. Right? And well, I see Tarabath got in the comments as well, right? Ibad would be servant, okay? Or somebody who works for somebody, right? You're the subordinate, okay? So la ibadium would be for servants, right? They're going to work for us, right? The same way we were their servants and we worked their minimum wage 9 to 5s or whatever. We worked their jobs. We worked their fields. We made them rich. They're going to be our servants. Right? They're going to work for us. They're going to answer to us. Right? We're going to be the bosses in the kingdom of heaven. Right? The CEOs. You know what I'm saying? Ayala, you raising your hand? Do you have a question?
La.
Okay, no sweat. All right, so for servants, and then of course, so ibad would be servant. Ibad yam is plural. So for servants, and then the next phrase, right? The next phrase. Ayala, could you read this for me?
Con. Let me just see.
Mm-hmm. If you need me to zoom in as well, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
But just take it part by part. So like how I use the connectors right here, like syllable by syllable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take it part by part.
So Lasha. Would that be Wala.
Mm-hmm.
Shapak.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Watha.
Not watha because they're joined together.
So wa.
Wath. All right, excellent. So put it all together.
Wala sha. Wala sha pakawath.
Wala shapakwath. Right? So wala, which are the prepositions. So you're right to almost do those separately. So wala and then shapakwath. All right, wala shapakwath. Wala shapakwath. Okay, so we got two prepositions. We know what these mean. So wa means and, la means two or four. In the context, the previous one was four, so this one's going to be four as well, right? Then we have shapakwath. So of course, this is a feminine word, right? So the wath at the end is the plural, okay? And then when we go to this word, so the shapak is the word is shapaka, all right? Shapaka, which we go into it, it means a maid or a maid servant, right? Or a servant girl. The same way Ibad is a servant or a slave, Shapak or Shapaka is the female version. So a maid or a handmaid or a servant girl, a female servant, right? So for servants and for handmaids, okay, which is your female servant. All right, so don't think it's just going to be the oppressor man serving her and the Hamite man and the Indian man. It's going to be their women also. Their women are going to serve our women. You know what I'm saying? And the men, right? The same way our women work in their jobs and work as carers. Like black women are down there the most predominant like carers in like the UK or wherever you are. We care for them. We babysit their children. We're the nannies. Like you'll have a lot of our Latino sisters will work as nannies for their and raise their children because they're incapable and incompetent, right? But they're going to work for us now in the kingdom of heaven. They're gonna their women are gonna serve us. You know what I'm saying? The same way we serve them. Okay, so for servants and for handmaids, right? Kayla, could you get me this next phrase?
Wa hayawa.
Wa hayawa. All right, wa hayawa. All right, so we got the wa, which means and. Hayawa comes from the word haya, which means to be, right? It translates it as here as and they shall, right? Or it shall be, right? So I'll put that as yeah, and they shall. Hold on. And they shall. And then Ayala, could you read us this phrase right here?
Can. So that would be yeah. Would that be Shabyama?
Not Shabyama, because the ya and the ma are connected.
So Shab. Shabyam.
Shabyam. All right, perfect. So Shabyam. Okay. So we got, let me add this, right? Wa hayawa, and they shall be, right? And they shall become, right? And that's basically what that haya means. It shall become or it shall come to pass. They will be, right? Then you have shabyam, right? You have shabyam. The word shabiam, it comes from shabah, which means to take captive. All right, so to take captive, and they shall be taken captive, right? So taken captive. So shabiam is to take captive. It's the plural because we're talking about them. We talk about multiple people. They will be taken captive, right? Khayla, could you get us this next phrase? Lashabyaham, right? Lashabyaham. Okay. So let's get into this, right? Lashabyaham. And here it defines it as whose captives they were, right? Okay. So who, okay, right. So Lashabyaham, right? So la is the preposition to or for. We have shab, which means to take captive, and then you have yaham, which would be of them, right? So it's like who were taken captive of them. So they're gonna be taken captive who were taken captive of them. So we were taken captive of these other nations. They're gonna now be taken captive. All right. So the la, I'm trying to figure out the way to work it, right? La typically 2 or 4 in this context. Who was taken captive? Who was for captives of them? Who was for the slaves of them? Let's see. To taken captive. Here we go. All right, for it'll be like for the captives, all right, of them. All right, so that Yaham is like saying of them, right? Ham means them or they. Okay, so they'll be taken captive as servants and handmaids. They'll be taken captive for the captives of them. So for those people who used to belong to them, those people, meaning us, we used to belong to them. We still do today. We are just servants of the oppressor. Even if they so-called claim that they freed us, we don't have our own language. We don't have our own land. We don't have our own history. We were never given back what was ours. We still belong to them. We still fight in their wars. When you think about a black patriot, what is he patriotic to? He's either patriotic to his oppressor in Britain, patriotic to his oppressor in America or wherever he's enslaved, or he's patriotic to a land that he was enslaved in. Now I'm saying we are the captives. We are the captives of them. They will be taken captive. All right. Then Ayala, could you get me this next phrase?
Can. Would that be Waradwa?
It would be. That's perfect. All right. Waradwa. Waradwa. All right. Excellent. All right. So you got waradwa. So wa is a word that means and. We have rad, which comes from the word radar. So let's get into that. And then the wa is just the it's like the third person plural. So it's like another way of saying them. So like we have the wa'am, it can be wa can be Depending on the context, it can be it can be him. Sorry, it can be it, he, him, I suppose, or them. Right? If you talk about multiple people and you see wa, it's typically going to mean them, right? Or they. Okay. And okay, so rad, which comes from rada, means to rule, right? Or to rule or have dominion, to dominate, right? So and they shall rule. All right, so and they shall rule, or I'm gonna put and shall rule, right? And then Kyla, could you get us the last phrase right here?
Ba Nagashiham.
Ba Nagashiham. Okay, so Ba Nagashiham. So let's get the word Nagash, which is going to be the main verb here. Okay, Nagash is a word which means to oppress, right? To oppress, to demand, to give pressure, right? Like our oppressor oppresses us. That's straight up and down, right? So they will rule. You have ba, which is a word which means in or on, right? So in this case, it's going to be on or over, right? They will rule on, kind of slash over, and then you have Nagashiyaham. So that would be the oppressor of them, right? So we will rule on the oppressor of them, our oppressors, right? So let me put on or over. In this case, I'm gonna just put over because that's how we would say it. All right, we will rule over their. What is this circle right here? When did this come into? All right, so let me move this out of the way. I don't know when this came into existence. All right, delete. All right, and shall rule over their oppressors. Oppressors. All right, or their oppressors. Okay. Most High in Christ. So we got this verse, right? Wa la kwakwaam, aim yam, waha bayaawaam, al makwawamam, waha thanakalwaam, bayafya sha'ala, al adamath yahawa, la ibadium, wala shapakwath, wa hayawa, shabyam, la shabyaham, waradwa, ba nag. Right? And the people will take them and bring them into their place, and you will possess them, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and for handmaids, and they will be taken captive for the captives of them, right? So whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Okay, so that is verse 2. Most High in Christ. So let's get verse 3. All right, let's get verse 3. Ayala, could you give me this first phrase? And then let me get over here with it in verse 3. All right, so just take it syllable by syllable. So we've got 3 syllables in this phrase. Ayala, you got it?
Nearly.
That's right. So just take it part by part.
Would that be Wahaya?
Wahaya, right? Wahaya. Excellent. So we have wa, which means what?
The?
Nope. Not the. Wa means what? You can tell me. as a preposition?
Is it on
Not on.
or in?
Not in. Kyla? And. All right, so wa as a preposition means and. Okay. Then we have haya. All right, the word haya means to be or become. All right, or something will come to pass. Right. So wa haya is and it will become, or and it shall come to pass. Right. Second. Then we have this next phrase. I'm gonna just put and it shall be. Right. And it shall be. All right. Kyla, the next phrase. Ba yawam. All right, which means what? See if you can break this down for me. So ba is a preposition. You know what
Does ba mean in?
Ba means in this context, kind of.
One is day.
Day, that is correct.
In the day.
In the day. All right, excellent. All right, so ba means in, on, or with. In this context, it's going to be in. All right, yawam means day, so in the day. So it shall be in the day. All right, and what day are we talking about? All right, so Ayala, could you give us the next phrase?
Con. The next phrase will be would that be Hanayak?
Hanayak. Perfect. Right, so Hanayak. So if we go into the word nayak, which is right here, the root word is nawak. If we go into it, it means it means to settle down or to rest or to outline a biblical usage, to rest or to settle down, all right, to cause to rest, all right. So to remain, to leave. So in this case, we're being free from our oppressors, and we're gonna now possess those who taken us captives. So the nayak in this case will be to cause to rest, right? And to give rest. And then the person who's giving the rest is in the next. So I'm gonna put those together, right? So what's the next phrase, Kyla? Yahweh, right? So this is the person who's causing rest, right? Who's settling us down, who's giving us rest. So this would be, so Hanayak Yahweh is in the day that the Lord gives us rest. All right, the Lord. Let me go back to the verse over here as well. Verse 3. Right? So in the day that the Lord let's put in the day the Lord put shall give rest, shall give rest. Okay. So in the day that the Lord shall give rest. Kyla, could you read this next part? Laka. Right? Laka. It's like I even meant to say Kyla. I meant to say Ayala, but no sweat. All right, Laka. All right, that's the word. That's my fault, right? Laka. Which you could tell me what Laka would mean. And just think about it as well in the context of what we're talking about. The Lord is giving rest. Then we have Laka, right? La is a preposition. Go ahead, Kyla.
To you.
To you, right? To you or for you. So Laka can either mean to you or for you. So in this context, we're talking about giving rest. All right, the Lord is the Most High is giving rest to us, right? To you. Perfect. All right, to you. Lakah. Right? So in the day that the Lord will give rest to you, talking about the children of Israel. All right. Ayala, could you read this next phrase for me? So again, just do it part by part. You got it? Ayala, do you have it? Or are you having trouble with it? It's like I'm not hearing. You might be on mute.
Ma'itazabka.
Ma'itazabka. All right, Most High Christ. Ma'itazabka. Okay, so ma is a preposition, which means you can tell me what ma as a preposition means. Anybody? So ma as a preposition. What does that mean?
Is it from?
From, right? Ma as a preposition. As you talk about as well. From. Ma as a preposition can mean of or from. All right, so of or from. In this context, it's going to be from. All right, so the Lord is giving us rest. I give rest to you from, and then it's so ma itazabka. So we've got to figure out what itazab means, right? All right, itazab right here, which is the word that's used outline the biblical usage, means pain or sorrow. All right, so from, pain, and then what is the ka at the end? What does that mean? So if itazab means pain or sorrow, what does itazab ka mean?
Your pain?
Your pain, right? Your pain. So that ka at the end is what we know as a possessive adjective. So it lets you know who something belongs to. So this is a sorrow that belongs to us. This is a sorrow that only so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have suffered on this earth. No other nation has known sorrow like we have known sorrow. No other nation has gone through the things that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have gone through. And still to this day, because of how destroyed we are, we still love our oppressor. No other nation knows sorrow like that, where you're getting beaten down. You don't know why. You're trying to get out of it. You're trying to do whatever you can, but wherever you turn, unaliving follows. From your sorrow. So like I went on a little tangent. So like God. So from your sorrow, right? From our sorrow, the sorrow we've suffered, the pain we've suffered. All right. So from your sorrow, right? And then you have Kyla, could you read us this next phrase?
Wama Ragaska?
Wama Ragaska, and read perfectly as well. All right, so wa and ma are your prepositions, which would mean what?
And from.
And from, perfect. All right, then you have regazka, right? So regaz would be the noun, what we're talking about. We go into it. Regaz is a word which means fear or agitation, right? Our turmoil, right? Trembling. All right, so this is our fear, right? The thing that cause you anxiety. Like when a police car, drive down the road in front of you, you feel something. You feel an agitation. You feel anxiety. That's what we feel. That's what Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans feel every day of your life. It's a certain anxiety that no other nation really knows about. Your oppressor don't know about that anxiety. He has what's known as white privilege, where he can just, he sees a police and he might cuss at the police and nothing happens to it. He might say effing pig. Nothing happens to him. A black man or woman sees the police and you just feel tense. All right, so from our fear, from your fear. All right, select what's happening. Hold on, give me 1 second. Selected something I need to. All right, so regaz or wama regazka is and from your fear. Okay, let me do this. So from your sorrow and from your fear. Okay. Ayala, could you read us the next part? Right? Could you read? I want you to get this part right here. So just these 3 letters. All right, just this first part.
And Salakia, can you quickly go back onto the last one real quick? So I can just write that one down.
Of course. I got you. Just zoom out so we can get the full thing. Salakia.
And from.
So I just need this phrase right here, just these 3 letters.
Okay. Woman.
Woman. Perfect. All right, woman. And then Kyla, could you get me the last part of this phrase? Ha ibada. All right, so we know that the word ibad can mean a bunch of things. It can mean servant as a noun. It could mean your bondage, right? So you're a servant. What you're in is bondage. It can mean slavery. Like that's what we would call our job. Our job is a slavery. All right. So and from, which is so wa means and. The word man is like the full word, right? So you could say man to mean from, or you could use ma as a preposition, right? So waman is and from. Then you have ha ibada, which is the bondage or the slavery, right? The slavery. Then could you have this would this next word, which is an adjective, would go with it. So Ayala, could you read us this next phrase? And I'm gonna put these together. So these 4 letters right here.
Hakwa. Hakwash.
Keep going.
Hakwash.
Not hakwash. So you have ha, you have kwa, and then what's the last syllable? You have these 2 letters as the last syllable. So ha, kwa.
I'm not sure.
No sweat. What are the two letters you have?
Sha and ha.
Sha and ha. And when you put those together, so you have sha and ha. If you put those together, it just makes sha, right? So that phrase would be ha qua sha, right? Ha qua sha, right? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Mosiah in Christ. Okay, so let's go into the word kwasha. Kwasha is a word which means hard or cruel, severe, right? So, and from the bondage, but not just regular bondage, because the oppressor loves to throw this out that well, slavery was just common back then, and there were so many nations that were enslaved, and well, we just joined the crew. Well, the slavery that you put us through was not just regular slavery. It's not just servant where you might owe somebody money, and so you work for them for a period of time. You work for them. You might work unpaid labor. Right? That was a common way thing. You would work your way, right? It's similar to how say there's like a custom. I think this might be American, right? Where if you can't pay for the meal, you'll like wash the dishes or something. I've seen that in movies somewhere. Like that's what slavery used to be. That's what slavery was, especially like in our customs. Where if you couldn't pay, you might owe somebody money, you would work that off. That's what being a servant was. But the slavery we went through, the bondage we went through was severe bondage. That oppressor he didn't put us through no regular old slavery. He did things that was just cruel and violent, unnecessarily. The harsh bondage, right? So, and from the harsh bondage, and from the hard bondage, right? I could put harsh or hard. I'll put hard the bondage, right? From the hard bondage, all right? That's this whole thing right here. Okay. Kyla, could you give us this next one? Ashar. All right. You know what ashar means? Witch. All right. So the harsh bondage, witch. All right. And then Ayala, could you give us the last phrase?
Con.
Mm-hmm. It's like someone saying no sound. Can y'all hear me? Mic check 1 2.
Con.
Like y'all can hear me. It's like Kwame, it might be a settings or something, unless it's too wild. But let me know. Put one West in the chat, 1 W, if y'all can hear me now. I check 1 2. All right. Is anybody else having trouble online? Just let me know. All right, but go ahead, Ayala, with this last phrase, right? Check the comments.
That would be.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just write it down so I get all the letters.
Mm-hmm. No sweat.
That would be. I bad.
Mm-hmm.
I bad back.
Not I bad back, but I bad. And then I bad bakar, right? I bad bakar, right? So when we get into it, right, bakar. So we have I bad, which means to serve or to slave, right? Then we have bakar, which could, so ba as a preposition can mean in, on, or with. All right. So or against in some contexts as well. Right. So in, on, or with. Then ka would be a way of saying you. Right. So baka. So ibad baka would be like, so ibad would be serve or bondage or slavery, or that was labored, that was put on our backs. You could put ibad baka would be like that was labored on you, or that was that you was made to serve, that you was made to bear that work, you was made to do that hard bondage, right? So he defines it here as like was made to serve, but you could write it as like was labored, which was labored on you. That's kind of how it would be more transliterated, right? Because you wouldn't say that was served on you, right? Or in you or with you. It would be like that was labored on you, right? So that's what I'm gonna put down, right? So you can go into the word ibad. It means to serve, to work, to labor. You know what I'm saying? To compel to labor or work can also be used there. So that was caused to work on us, right? We were caused to do that work. So I'm gonna put that was labored on us, right? I think that would make the most sense in the context of what we're talking about. All right. So that was labored on us, or as it's translated in here, it's we were made to, we were made to serve, which means the same thing, right? But this kind of is more how it would be transliterated. All right. So Most High in Christ. So those is the three verses. So we read from Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 to 3, all the way through. All right. So verse 3, Wahaya ba Yawam Haya, it's like here, Hanayak Yahweh Laka Ma'itazabka Wama Ragazka Waman Ha'ibada Hakwasha Ashar Ibadbaka. Right. So and it will be in the day that the Lord will give us rest, or that the Lord will give rest to you, to us, from your sorrow, from your pain, and from your fear, and from your anxiety, right? And from the hard bondage, the severe and harsh bondage, which was labored on us, right? Which we were made to serve, okay? Which we were caused to be the servants for, right? So that is I keep looking over to the side because my other phone, because I could see y'all on this phone. So if I'm looking to the side, that's what I'm looking. I'm looking at y'all. All right. So that's the three verses. All right, Most High in Christ. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna switch over to vocabulary. All right. So get your you might have a separate notebook or whatever, or where you do your vocab notes. We're gonna get it cracking there. All right. So let me very quickly exercise. Let me get the interlinear. We're in Leviticus chapter 13. All right, so let me get Leviticus 13. Scroll down. I'm reading from verse 36. All right, so however y'all take your notes for the vocab, get that ready. Everybody go through it. Okay. All right, Most High in Christ. Okay, so let me make this side a little bit bigger. All right, cool. All right, Leviticus chapter 13. Scroll down. Let's get to verse 36. All right, we're going past it. 30. 36. So I can get there. All right, so we got wa ra'awa. All right, so wa ra'awa. So we have wa as a preposition. All right, preposition. Y'all know I hate writing out this word, yo. So like, I copy it every time. So wa as a preposition means and. We have the word ra'ah. You can tell me what ra'ah means. I'll give you a hint. It's in my name. Ra'al-ban. All right, you can tell me what Ra'ah means. Behold. All right, Ra'ah means to look, to see. By extension, to behold. Right? So Ra'ah means to see.
So
Right? And
lucky,
it's
sir.
the basic meaning. Go ahead, Ayala.
So what would your name mean?
My name means behold a son or look a son, right? That's what Ra'al-ban means, right? So you can see it right here. Ra'ah means see, saw, or seen. So by its most basic definition, it means to see something, right? By extension, it could be to see some of these other definitions: to inspect, to observe, to perceive, to look, right? It means to see, okay? So we have and saw, right? And saw it, then ha-kahan, right? So we have ha as a preposition, meaning the. We have kahan, which means what? Anybody? Kahan means priest. All right, priest. Well done. All right, so wa, ra'ah, wa, ha-kahan means and the priest shall examine him, right? So that wa can be him, he, him, it, or if we talk about multiple things, it could be them, right? So it's and the priest shall examine him, right? Then we have wa hana. So wa again means and. Hana is a word which means almost the same thing as ra'ah, but it's a feminine word. Right? Hana is a word which means behold or look or see. Right? So hana, we'll put it as behold. Right? Behold or look. So that's more you're kind of telling somebody to look. Right? Is this let me see if this is a verb. Or it's kind of like a behold or lo, or you're presenting something, right? That's what more when you use that hana, right? Ra'ah is like just every day you see this, you see that. I saw that last week. I saw this. Hana is like hana, my phone, right? Look, my phone. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so behold or look. In some cases, it's like and lo, or and lo is basically is like the same way of saying look, right? So behold or look. Okay. Then you have pasha. Right? Pasha. All right, so let's go into it. Pasha means to pass over, to spare, or to spread. All right, so to spread in context. Yeah, this context is gonna be to spread. All right, hold on a second. All right, so pasha comes from the verb, masha, which means to spread. All right, so pasha means to spread also. All right. Pasha, to spread. Okay. Let's go back to the verse. All right, then you have ha nathak. All right, so what is spreading? Again, in Hebrew, you have the verb and then who or what is doing the verb. So like the dog ran the dog in Hebrew, right? So ha nathak. All right, so the word ha is a preposition meaning the. Nathak is a word which means scab or a scale, right? Like say if you have like a patch of scaly skin, like an example. Sometimes I forget what word. I think I had this when I was younger. It's called psoriasis, where you get these little patches of scaly skin. It can happen from stress, or an example I guess is like eczema and things like that. It's a patch of scaly and dry skin, right? In the Bible, it's referred to as a scab or a skull, right? Or it could also be, just generally a scab, right? The skin is different from your regular skin. All right, that's basically what it's referring to. Okay, so nathak, right? Nathak. Nathak is a word which means, hold on. Nathak means a scab or a skull. Let me look up what the word skull means. Skull meaning. Skull is an archaic word, is a scaly or scabby disease of the skin or scalp, right? So you could refer to like dandruff, where your hair gets all dry, you have a dry patch. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I think skull works. A skull is specifically like a scaly skin disorder. Okay, so scab or skull. Okay. Then we have, what did I just do? All right, let me go back. Right. So we have Hanathak. So if the scab or the scaly disease is spreading, right? If it's spread, we have Ba'aiwa, right? Ba'aiwa. So Aiwa means skin, right? Then we have Ba as a preposition. Don't do it that way. Ba, preposition. It's in, on, or with. Okay, so on, Aiwa, right? So Aiwa is skin, or it can refer to as hide. Why can it be referred to as hide? You can tell me. Or leather.
Hide is like animal skin.
Hide and leather is the skin of animals, right? So it can be skin or hide or leather. Leather is basically a type of hide, right? Like leather would be the hide of a cow, right? You wouldn't call, like a pig, you wouldn't call that leather, you'd call that hide, depending on, like different leathers, depending on animals, referred to as either leather or hide, all right? So it's a Kanai Howard said flakes definitely sound like dandruff. Exactly. So it can be like a patch of scaly skin on your arm, your body, your chest, wherever, or on your head. Which usually it could be you have a patch of even I'm not even sure how what's that disease like alopecia, where you lose hair because of stress. I don't know if that's because of like you'll have scaly skin or whatever, like a patch of hair. I don't know how the whole thing works, but even that can cause things like that, where the skin dries out, and it's usually from stress. Like a lot of those diseases is from stress, right? Or other things, right? But yeah, like dandruff, it could probably cause further things like that, right? Then we have la'a yabakwar. All right, so la'a is a word which means, let me just might as well put leather over here. Hide, leather, just for context, right? La'a is a word which means what?
No or not.
No or not, right? Like the negative of something, right? Now this is joined specifically with the word yabakwar, yabakwar. So the verb here is bakwar, which means to search for something, right? To seek, inquire, right? To search for something, right? So you would have bakwar would be to search / inquire. Okay. Bing. All right, so bakwar. So yabakwar is he will search or he will seek, right? But then we have la'a, so it's like he will not seek, right? He will not search. Okay. Then you have hakahan, so the priest will not need to seek, and then it goes on, right? So we have la sha'ir. So la as a preposition means to or for. We have sha'ir. Sha'ir is a word which means hair. Let me go into it. Yeah, sha'ir, hair. Okay. Or hairy by extension, right? Sha'ir means hair. Okay. Then we have ha tazahab. All right, ha tazahab. All right, so tazahab is a word which means yellow. All right, it would come from the I suppose it says it comes from here tazahab, which means shiny. We know the color gold. What's gold in Hebrew? Gold is zahab, right? Yes, gold is zahab, right? So you have gold, which is zahab. Yellow is tazahab. You know what I'm saying? Very similar. They come from that idea of something gleaming, something glistening, right? Shiny, like gold. Okay, so tazahab is yellow or yellowish. All right, so let's put yellow. All right, so yellow or golden in color. Matter of fact, I'll put yellow / yellowish. Okay. So yeah, it says he won't search for blah blah blah. If it's spread over the skin, he doesn't need to search. So of course, there'll be situations where a person has a scab or a scale, but it doesn't spread. In previous verses, we'll go over how the priest will need to search for or examine to see if it's caused the hair to go yellow. Like if it's because your hair on your body is usually black, it's usually dark in complexion. If it's gone yellow or blonde, then it means you have leprosy. All right. So but if the so that's if you have the scale and it doesn't spread, but it changes your skin. That's leprosy, right? Now, if it has spread, you don't even need to search for the yellow hair. After all that, the scab is spreading, right? So you need to quarantine that person, right? Or that person is unclean. He has a condition that's getting worse. So that person will need to be quarantined. Okay, so ha tazahab, the yellow hair. You have tama'a. So tama'a is a word which means unclean or defiled, right? If you go into it, unclean, defiled, polluted. All right, so tama'a means unclean or defiled, right? Like if a person does something unclean, if a person eats pork, they're not just unclean, they're defiled. They are unclean, but it's worse than that. You could be unclean for other reasons, right? Like a sister on a cycle is unclean, but she hasn't broken any law or anything. So I won't say she's defiled, but she's unclean. But you can use that word to mean defiled as well, right? Then you have hawa'a. Hawa'a is a word which means he or it. All right, hawa'a. Okay, he or it. All right, then you have wa'am. Hold on, let's use comments. Leviano says from thyroid problems. So that the alopecia, like alopecia comes from like thyroid problems. All right, the word. Okay. You have wa'am. All right, wa'am. So and this word is a word. Let's go into it. It's like a if, whether, or thou. Oh no, or though. Sorry, not thou. Right. So I'll put it as if or whether. Right. So if you go into the uses, it's mostly defined as if or except. It's like whether or not, if it's the case, right? So on and so forth. Right. So if or whether, not whether as in the sun and rain and so on and so forth. Like whether or not it's the case or not. Okay. Then you have ba ayanyawa, okay, which is defined here as appears, right? But let's break it down. We have ba as a preposition, which means in. We have, I already have that, right? In, on, or with. We have ayan, which means what? You tell me what ayan means. I. All right. You was looking like you knew the answer. I feel you. It means your eye, right? So in ayan yawa, which would be the eye in the eye of him, right? So if in his eyes, right? That's how that would be. That's how that would mean. So that's like how you can always just see and look and says, oh, it appears. It means appears. It doesn't mean appears, right? This just transliterates it as if in the eyes of him, right? Or if in his eyes. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how, you know what I'm saying, when you extend your knowledge of the Hebrew language, you don't have to just look and rely on what it's translated as. You can go into it and really break the thing down, which is what I do on these classes. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so Ba Ayan Yuwa would be in his eyes, right? Or in the eyes of him. Okay, you have Imad. Imad means what? Like at the end of class when we say Imadium. Imad means stand, right? Imad means stand. Let's go into it. It could be it could be rows. Let me get stand is the most common. Stood, and by extension, if something is if you say the you had running water, but it's now it's standing. What does that mean?
Still.
It's still. It's come to a standstill, right? So Imad means stand, right? That's what it means, and by extension, it could be to, you know, figuratively say something is at a standstill, right? Something is holding, it's stood, it's where it stands. Feel what I'm saying? Right. So in this context, it translates it as to be at a standstill, right? But when you know the word Imad, you know it means stand. So you figure out how they got to there. Feel what I'm saying? Then you have Hanathak. So if the scale stands, if the scab stands, if it's still, Wa Sha'aya, and the hair Shakar. Shakar is another color, which means black. Shakar, right? So if the hair is black, okay, black. We have Tazamak. Let's see, Tazamak, which means to sprout or to grow. So if black hair grows, all right, so Tazamak means to sprout, or to bear, to bring forth. Let me get the I'm gonna put to grow. The original translation is it's more common, to grow or to sprout. All right. So if a black hair sprouts or grows up, bawa, which would be in it, ba the preposition in, wa can be he or it, so in it. Then you have na rapa'a, right? This would be the verb rapa'a, which means to heal, right? To heal, right? If a black hair, if the scab stands still and black hairs grow out of it, then it's at a standstill. It's not spreading. It's not a disease that needs to be a cause of concern. It's healed, right? And then the han attacks to the scale of the scab has healed, right? Then you have tahawa hawa'a. So he is clean. So tahawa means clean or pure. Which I'll get that real quick before we close out. I know we were close on the time. Right? Tahawa means clean or pure. Hawa'a means he. So he is clean, right? And wa tahar wa, and you'll pronounce him clean, hakahan, right? So, and the priest will pronounce him clean, right? So let me just quickly get into, is this the same word? No, it's slightly different, right? So this will be the verb, right? So tahar means to be clean. It's to be clean or to purify. Purify. So and the priest will basically pronounce that he's clean, right? Okay, and that is verse 37. All right, with that, let me stop sharing my screen. All right, we done. Most High in Christ. All right, with that, I'm gonna close out with these salutes. Okay, does anybody have any questions before we go? Or anything else?
No answer.
Ayala, you have anything before we go? I'll take the silence. You too. I know sweat. With that, ye men of Israel, I Madiam. Of course, we know it means to stand. This is just for the brothers. I'm gonna salute the brothers since there's no one to salute me. So I Madiam Shabbath, I Madiam Barak, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Barak Thumb. All right, now let's salute the sisters. So sisters stand, I Madiam. Salute the sisters. I'm trying to show my face right now. All right, you men of Israel, I Madiam Shabbat, I Madiam Barak, Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
No sign of Christ. Yad Yam Bata, his hands down, class dismissed. All right.
Shalom, sir.
Shalom, Lord of Christ. The water for tuning in. All right, shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one